Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone. My name is Kathy. We have some breaking news for you in the matter styled as Goncalves et al. Versus Washington State University. Declaration of Thomas B. Vertatus in support of plaintiff's opposition to defendant's motion to transfer venue. He is one of the attorneys representing the plaintiffs. And page 1 has some standard language in the first 2 paragraphs that you typically see in declarations, who the party is that's giving this declaration, that they're over the age of 18 and competent to give testimony. Then they say in paragraph 3, attached to this declaration as Exhibit A is a true and accurate copy of a March 2022 document from Whitman County, Washington, indicating that Washington State University employs 30% of the workforce in that county. And this refers to a statement that was in the response in opposition to change of venue, that there were a large number of people in the potential jury pool that had ties to WSU in Pullman, being that they were employed there. If you go to the next page, paragraph 6, the interest in the underlying unalivings has been so substantial that various governmental entities in that area have web pages devoted to providing information about the unalivings. They include the Idaho State Police, Latah County in Idaho Sheriff's Office, City of Moscow in Idaho, and the City of Pullman in Washington. Now, paragraph 7. The 69 witnesses named in documents that they submitted to prior to filing the lawsuit to the state for each of the four plaintiffs. Of these 69 witnesses, 32, or less than half, reside in the Eastern District of Washington. 37 reside elsewhere, including 14 who reside in the Western District of Washington. Then the next paragraph addresses the fact that many of the witnesses listed in the aforementioned form were graduate students at WSU who reported problematic interactions with Kohberger. But now, more than 3 years after the unalivings, they have finished their coursework. They've moved away from WSU, so they're not going to be found in or near Pullman, is what the plaintiff's saying. 7 of them now reside in the Western District, while others reside in completely different states. Next page. Based on the plaintiff's investigation to date, there are at least 9 additional witnesses in Pennsylvania, including Kohberger's family, mother, father, and sister, a school administrator that removed Kohberger from a trade school program due to complaints from female students, Kohberger's criminology professor at DeSales University, and that's located in Pennsylvania also, ladies and gentlemen, at least 2 female employees of a local business that raised concerns about Kohberger's behavior, and 2 forensic examiners that examined Mr. Kohberger's devices after the unalivings. The next paragraph goes into flights between Philadelphia and Seattle, that there are direct flights available on 3 airlines, no such direct airline flights in the Eastern District of the state of Washington, where the plaintiffs are opposing this change of venue. And then the next paragraph, they go into, they've already retained a team of experts from Georgia, and plaintiffs intend to retain several additional expert witnesses, many or all of whom likely will not live in Washington. They planned for all of these retained experts to testify live at trial. Paragraph 12 of what said, for these witnesses who are based in Pullman, the plaintiffs will commit right now to deposing them. If any depositions need to be taken of them, they're going to go to Pullman to do it. For example, any of the witnesses who might work for Washington State University in Pullman. Next paragraph talking about plaintiffs' attorneys who are based out of Kansas City, Missouri, and there's nonstop flights to Seattle from Kansas City. Now, next paragraph 14, plaintiffs' team has researched the time to outcome in both the Western District of Washington and the Eastern District, and it seems that based on this research, it will be a much quicker resolution of the case in the Western Division versus the Eastern Division, that they're saying at the time of that search, the results were 174 days in the Western District as compared to much longer, 244 days of the Eastern District, apparently from soup to nuts to outcome. As another point that they're adding here, why it's preferable to have their case prosecuted in the Western District. And then the next page is the statement he's declaring under penalty of perjury under the laws of the state of Washington that the foregoing is true. There is an anticipated reply from the defense that should be filed next week, and we anticipate that it will be in opposition because they filed a very strong motion to change venue to the Eastern District. And the plaintiffs are also asking for oral argument, and that is a formal hearing. And we will notify you if and when that hearing is set, as well as when the reply is filed regarding this case. Until next time, this is Kathy. Thank you for joining us here today.